the National Industrial Fastener Show. West founded the American Fastener Journal magazine, as well as several articles he's written over a period of years. Mike is a treasure trove of information on fasteners. He's a history buff. He recently authored a wonderful article about the role of fasteners during World War II that I'm sure many of you have read or heard about. Mike's interests obviously go beyond fasteners. He's an avid Ohio State fan. Correct, Mike? No. He's got a new pair of shoes on tonight. He's going to show us in a few minutes when he walks up here. He's written several books about Ohio State University, and most notably, the ultimate Ohio State football trivia Q&A in the game, the greatest rivalry in sports, Wolverines versus Buckeyes. Mike, I can tell you personally, my hair was much darker when I started to see you at these meetings and at these conventions. I've been in this business for 42 years. I know you've got me by a few, but everyone that's gone to these conferences and these exhibitions have seen you around. So please put your hands together for Mike McGuire, Soaring Eagle Service Award.
Thank you, Manny. First of all, I want to say thank you to Dan Walker and Jennifer for making this a special occasion. And just tonight, I recalled back one of my first jobs was delivering flowers for a florist named DeSantis. What goes around comes around, I guess. I don't know. But no, it's about 5 weeks ago, I got an email from Dan, and he said, give me a call. And this is right about when the IFI had associated with my website, Worldwide Fastener Sources. And this was late Friday afternoon, so I stewed Saturday and Sunday and checked it out and what's wrong or how do I fix it or whatever. I called Dan on Monday morning and I said, Dan, how can I help you? What do you need? He says, you won the Soaring Eagle Award for Service. I was dumbfounded. I was lost for words, and that's unusual for me. Very, very unusual. I got more opinions than you want to know about, but and I said, well, I knew about the award because I had published it in the magazine, the news release every year. But and I kind of assumed it was an award for the IFI members. But I said, Dan, I said, well, who or how was I nominated? He wouldn't tell me. And he said the membership voted on it. And so I was totally surprised. And I guess I'm just, as I tell my wife every day, I'm gonna pack my lunch and go to work. Just Midwest work ethic. And to get an award for going to work every day is special. And then Dan's been a great advisor to me. And I said, well, Dan, what do I say? What do I talk about? He says, well, maybe your history. And tonight I got advice from some people. I got 4 minutes. I got a half hour or an hour and a half. So it's going to be closer to 4 minutes than it will be a half hour. But I have have a little written speech here. That's the Nancy Pelosi. Biden did win Michigan tonight, but so far. But he said, talk about your history and so forth. And what's been so wonderful the last 4 weeks is going back and thinking about people, orders, pluses and minuses, just the good times I've had in the faster business. And I started in 1957, 59, whatever area. General Eisenhower was our president. Gasoline was 23 cents a gallon. Postage stamp was 3 cents. And I thought further about this award has my name on it. There's hundreds of people that have supported me. And the list is held as long as my arm. But January 7th, 1969 was the first meeting of the NFDA. And my father was one of the founders along with Jim Rayburn. And I don't know how many people here know or remember Jim Rayburn, but Jim was importing fasteners and selling to about 5 distributors. Capital Sales in Columbus, Ohio, which was our family distributorship. Bamel, Detroit, Thruway up in Buffalo, Iowa Industrial Products, and a few others. And they wanted, the original idea at the NFDA was to be a buying group. Well, my dad hosted the first meeting in January 7th, like I say, a cold, rainy, nasty day in Columbus, Ohio. And he literally opened up the books. Here's where I buy product, here's what I sell it for, here's how we package it, here's how we run our accounts receivable, accounts payable. And it was kind of a best practices lesson for the fastener industry. And thereafter, we'd have about 4 meetings a year in the fastener business at different distributors and or manufacturers to exchange ideas and learn. And I was a great recipient of a great number of people that were my mentors. Doug Miller at Bamel, Paul Olympia at Thruway Fasteners, Dan McElhon, and just a wonderful experience. And my wife always gives me a little comment about, I go back and talk about one of my professors at Ohio State. It was Woody Hayes. When at Ohio State, you had to have 3 electives in physical education. Well, one of them was coaching high school football. And I took it in the winter quarter of 1966. And the course was military history, it was philosophy, Ralph Waldo Emerson, no football. But it was about paying it forward. Every class, he talked about that. And that's been very important to me. Because I've had so many people help me. And when I started the Fastener Show, I started for kind of 2 reasons. I had written a source guide book, Where to Buy Fasteners, and we had a brand new convention center in Columbus, and I wanted to sell that book in that hall. And people, and I also, one of my favorite jobs in the fastener business has been a buyer. And I love to go to Chicago or go to Cleveland and spend a week. But hell, in a week you can see 2, maybe 3 people a day. Well, there's so far more people. So I kind of said, let's just bring them into Columbus. It'd be easier for me to talk to them. So I started the show, and without the support and the encouragement of my mentors, it may never have gotten off the ground. We had 99 booths the first year. Second year we had 200, and it grew from there. And it's still, of course, going as now the International Fastener Expo. About the second year in the show, I decided to print and publish a magazine, the American Fastener Journal. And I had two goals there. I've always been a nut about fastener training, fastener technology. And when I grew up or was coming up in industry, the hell, I read the IFI book from cover to cover, more than once. And I read all the manufacturers' catalogs, brochures, but there was no class or training at the time. So I wanted the magazine to run technical articles and also to promote the show. And again, without the support of the writers, it may not have gotten off the ground. So I gotta think back now. But what I'd like to do tonight is, one of my mentors was Joe Greenslade. And with our website, we're developing a fastener digital library. And I want to name it the Joe Greenslade Memorial Fastener Digital Library. It will be, we're in the programming stage right now. I have articles from 35 years with the American Fastener Journal, other publications. The Europeans are in favor of it. So hopefully in, say, 6 months, if you've got a problem with hydrogen embrittlement, I'll have 5 or 6 articles about it. One about shear or tensile strength or whatever, plating or assembling, dissimilar materials. But Joe is a great friend and a great mentor. The next project I have is, and I talked with Dan today, from Woody's course, Paying It Forward. It's not necessarily a financial contribution, but it's to take the time to teach or the time to listen to your employees, get their ideas, be them good, bad, critical, and teach from that. And I guarantee you, it'll pay dividends in your business. And it'll be a strength in our industry. So the second thing I want to do tonight, I'm going to do, on our website, we have a section called Premier Suppliers. And you can come in to register, but I got 3,800 plus trade names. First of all, I want to make sure that I have all your trade names to your company. Then you come in, and I have 14 informational blocks where you can write that you control the content 100%, your capabilities, your capacity, your awards, your branch locations, your equipment, whatever. And next you can associate your company with I have 11,000 different types of fasteners in 108 different major categories to associate your company with. And finally, you can put in all your part numbers and descriptions. Normally, it's $295. From now, Dan, until the end of March, it's free. And it's a no-brainer. And I want to get the IFI active in this project. And the third thing I want to kind of announce tonight, it's been out, is the American Fastener Veterans Association, which I think everybody in this room qualifies. If you've been in the business 15 years, you're a junior veteran. If you're 25, you're a veteran. 40, you're a super veteran. And 50, you're a super senior veteran, like a few of us. And it's free, And it takes 5 minutes to register. And we're putting together a cocktail party, our first meeting, I'm going to call it, at the Faster Show in September in Las Vegas. And other than that, this award means so much. And I will represent